Hello folks, how are you doing? Welcome to my channel. We're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to do a love reading. So I'm going to timestamp it. So go below for your section, or you can choose to watch the whole of this video. It's up to you entirely. Depending on where you're on your path, you could get a lot from each section, or a little bit from each section. I'm going to do single, taken and splitting up. Okay, so 3 sections: single, taken and splitting up. So I'm going to be using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann, and I'm also going to be using Transcendent Journeys by Cheryl, Yambrach, Rose. So let's do single. So, tarot message for those that are single. Before we go any further, just a quick reminder, below is my website where you can access all my stuff that I do, the treatments, the healings, the sessions, the mentoring, which are all done via Zoom. And there is my social media. I am actually starting to spend a lot more time on TikTok. So if you like this type of content and would like shorter videos, more videos, TikTok is your place to be, followed by Instagram and then Facebook. I'm not going to be doing video content on Facebook anymore because my time is going mainly onto here, TikTok, Instagram, and also CT's Raw Tarot, and which is on my other YouTube channel and the Thackeray's YouTube channel. Everything you'll need is below in the pinned comment and the description box. So let's have a look. Tarot message for those that are single. Let's see what wants to come through. Woo! So single. I like it. High Priestess. I really like it. Queen of Pentacles. Do you know one of the biggest mistakes you make when we're single, especially if you're what I call the long-term single, is it can really affect your confidence. It can really affect your self-respect. And especially when around you, the world seems to be changing. People are forming relationships, having babies, getting dogs, cats, holidays, romance, Valentine's Day. You can lose track of yourself trying to find the one. And in trying to find the one, you can attract in lots of idiots in tinfoil. Okay? They're not knights in shining armour, they're idiots in tinfoil. And these 2 cards are saying stop and come back to yourself. Because when you're single, you have heaps of time to really work on yourself, to fulfill your own needs, to heal all that stuff that you need to heal. You can have peace, you can have quiet, you can have stillness to really focus inward. It's like when people don't have children. I always say this to people that don't have children. Don't go into the doom and gloom of that. There's no place for you in that. And there's no healing in that. What there is healing in is going, actually, I can use this period that I've got with that free time to really invest in myself. Courses, healing, exercise, filling up your tank, everything. I love, what a way to start, you know, High Priestess, self-worth. So you may also be coming to this reading and you may be knocking your self-worth. You may be chasing after people that do not serve you well. We've got Queen of Wands as well. How powerful is this? You are in charge of your life. You don't need somebody else to come in and tell you what to do or to guide you. Also as well, being mindful of what you want to attract in as a partner. Because the truth is, it is nice to have a life partner, a companion, but you're not just going to look for Jack the lad or Jackie the lass. You know what I mean? You want something better because you deserve something better. So this is about really allowing yourself to go through this process, not to be the bitter, twisted single one. I went down that avenue and it doesn't serve you. It really doesn't. It destroys you from the inside out. To enjoy being you, to enjoy your place in the world. Because how do you know that some of your friends aren't looking at you right now thinking, I wish I was back single. You know, you have a lot of that, especially when people are in the wrong type of relationships. So actually, the very friends you're admiring or relatives could be looking at you thinking, God, they're so lucky. Especially if they've been in a long time, or if they've got trapped, either mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, or financially, or if they've got children. So just think on. Eight of Swords, talking about trapped. What do you see in the mirror? Do you see somebody bold and beautiful and courageous, or do you see someone that's trapped? So this is asking you to come into your mindset and your thoughts about being single. Maybe rephrasing it, being individual. You know, I'm a tarot reader. We get clients coming in, and not all clients, but I always feel into the energy when they say, and I've done this myself, Claire, am I going to meet someone? And literally we could be having a really good session and literally the energy goes rumph. Or is my finances going to change? Or am I going to have that baby? Rumph. Because we go into that need. I need a lover. I need more money. I need a baby. And actually you don't need any of that. You need the air in your lungs. You need food. You need vitality. So actually stepping out of that energy. Walking away from things as well. Walking away from people that put you down. You're still single. You don't want that in your life. And the truth is they're just jealous of you. Being able to stand tall and proud on your own is hugely, hugely powerful. The Ten of Pentacles, ancestral help. Maybe you come from a family where you've had parents that have not been happily married, grandparents that haven't, and actually you're the one that's coming in to trailblaze it. I'm sure it's Dolores Cannon's books where, I'm sure it is. New Earth Volunteers or something, I'm sure it is, where she says that many souls put their hand up to come to Earth and stay single in order to heal, etc, etc, etc. And it's the same with many souls actually chose not to have children to stop that passing on for all kinds of reasons so they can have time to invest in themselves. But you come to the world, the Matrix, and you lose sight of that because the Matrix says you should be in a relationship. You should be buying engagement rings, getting houses, buy, money, money, money. That's what the Matrix wants you to do. Get that wedding, get that posh car, get that expensive dress, you know, get that baby, go for that IVF, give money to the NHS, blah, 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 blah. All of that. And in the midst of all that, you're losing track of yourself. So come back to yourself. And also as well, there's a reason why you're single, and it could be tied into ancestral trauma as well, and the world, the new cycle. I'll be honest with you, I've done a lot of these readings on here, not love readings, but different ones, and I have never pulled a spread like this for any topic ever. The world. Building your world, you know, getting yourself financially stable, getting yourself a home, building yourself a life, building yourself up a good network. And one more card. Having boundaries in place, but not to a point where actually you're cutting yourself off from the world. Because that's another thing we're getting at the minute. I want to meet someone. Okay, what about that wall you've got around yourself? What wall? That wall. Yeah, that's because I got hurt in past relationships, Claire. Yes, but you know, walls keep the burglars out. They also keep your best friends out as well. Think about that. If you kept getting burglars, you thought, right, I'm going to build a big wall around my house. With no gates, you're not getting in. You can't get out, you're trapped, and the good stuff can't come in neither. And how many times do you get burgled? Not a lot. But how many times does a friend want to knock on your door? So being careful with those boundaries. And the Chariot, moving forward in your life and taking charge of your life, taking charge of what the universe is giving you at this time. Also as well, being able to face any shadow that may be keeping people away from you. Because Mr. Right and Miss Right, they don't want somebody that's perfect. I'm not saying that, but they don't want drama. They don't want somebody that's going to bring lots of drama and neediness to the table. So let's take one card from here. Let your love flow, the goddess of love. Banish your demons. What have I just been saying? Invoke the Agatha Alliance. Banish your demons, whatever your demons are, and let love in. love for yourself. Before you can truly fall in love with another person, you have to be able to love yourself. Otherwise you can't fall in love. You trick yourself into thinking you're in love. People that do not love themselves cannot fall in love. Okay? So, if you got to this part of the reading and you want to leave a comment but you're not sure what to put, give me one love heart in the comments, okay? So, taken. I'm saying it loud so I know when I'm doing the editing afterwards. Taken. So this is a read for those of you that are taken. In a relationship or in a marriage. And who knows, it could have come if you're in a situationship as well. Ooh, 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 ooh. Two have flipped out. Death and rebirth and the Ace of Wands. So this feels like a lot of relationships, marriages are going through a real, in some cases, upheaval, and in some cases, deep change, deep purge. I'm feeling that for some people the change will be so much that actually two people cannot stay together, but you're actually meant to part at this point in the road. For some people, you're actually able to get through this change and actually rebirth yourselves and the relationship, if that makes sense. It's a real tipping point in relationships, because don't forget, relationships are a big point and play a big part in what's happening with the world energetically at the minute. People in healthy, balanced, loving relationships bring so much to the table than those that are screaming and shouting at each other, or those that are verbally abusive, physically abusive, sexually abusive, etc. So there's a real transition happening. Five of Swords at the bottom, anxiety and freeing yourself up from the burdens. What's whispered in your ear? Looking at your relationship, where are you supported in your relationship? Where are you not supported in your relationship? And the Fool, the leap of faith. Being able to move forward and move beyond. For some people watching, there's house moves coming, there's holidays coming, there's new babies coming, there's grandchildren coming, there's shift coming, big shift. We've got the Flower of Life there as well on that one. A Page of Pentacles, patience and zen. For some people in relationships, it's going into a really peaceful part. Maybe you've come out of the arguing stage. There's a peaceful part needed. But also for some of you as well, there is, especially when there's been a lot of arguing and upheaval, you're going to be asked to meet in the middle. If that makes sense, you're going to be asked to meet in the middle. Where actually it's impossible for either of you to be right. You've got to meet in the middle because there's rights and wrongs on both sides. Ooh. The King of Cups. One of you, two of you, three of you, a few of you are dealing with a man that's getting older. And he's going through his transition in a big way. And maybe part of you is having to get used to this man that possibly wants to slow down, attach him to his heart space. And going through this process, there's a lot coming up. And it's about allowing him the time to slow down. Maybe he's not wanting to do as much. Maybe in some cases it could even be illness that's coming up for some of you. But then we get the Emperor that comes in, gaining back strength. I love these cards. Why do I not use this deck a lot? I'll tell you why. Because when I was moving house and I packed, I've got itchy nose, and I packed all my decks up, and I just had a few decks in the living room to see clients. This was one of them, and it got used to within an inch of its life, and I got a bit bored of it. But actually it's, oh, is there something in this? It got used, but I got bored of it. But then now I'm seeing another side of it coming out. Does that make sense? Does that resonate for your relationship? Maybe you spent a lot of time together during lockdown, you got bored of each other, but something comes back on grid. Ooh, there we go. The Hanged Man. Having to go with the flow. Having to look at your relationship differently through different spectres, if that is, I know what I mean by that. If the word spectre is wrong, ignore it. Through different lens. Having to let go of the old versions of each other and welcome on board the new versions of each other. There are some relationships that are coming to a crossroads, and for some of you it feels like the other partner has the chess piece, and for some of you, you've got the chess piece. For some it feels like having to trust and be patient, that you can get through this as a couple. And if you can't get through it, that you're meant to step into a different phase of your life. 10 of Wands, walking away. So some of you, not all of you, remember these videos, there'll be a whole range of people watching these videos. There is a movement. Now this can be a movement away from troubles and strife. This can also be an actual movement. It can be a movement together. It can also be a movement apart. A 3 of Cups, coming together with like-minded people, celebration, coming together as a couple. Let me do one more, then we'll do some clarifiers. And the Empress, the creator, coming in, creating something else. I mean, again, the messages here are super, super duper powerful. Do you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing 2 people whose old selves are going, it's almost like dying off. And that is what I see when I look at this card, if that makes sense. Clarify, I was going to do a ooh, 3 of Swords at the bottom. You see, when we're doing love readings, you'll go out there into the online world and you'll see, whoa, 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 it'll be all whoa, 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 the video. But actually that's not real life, that's fakery, it's trickery and it's fakery. There are many people at the minute going through really bad relationships, and they're going through situationships, and they're going through craziness, and they're going through partners that are changing, partners that are becoming ill, partners that are whatever, being taken over by the generational bloodline. And it can be confusing and conflicting. But as something dies down, something else comes in its place, if that makes sense. So 10 of Wands clarifier, 10 of Wands clarifier. God, itchy nose, so chronic today. Ugh. World, the ending of a cycle. Placing down your burdens, whatever your burdens are. Placing down the burden to be right, to be seen, all of it. Some of you are carrying too much emotional baggage from the past, and that's playing a part in it as well, and your partner maybe as well. Final card for this reading from this deck. Let's do a parting of the decks. The Knight of Pentacles. Seeding for the future. Very mysterious, that. Can I try and sum it up? Give me a minute. Love will endure. Journey to... Look, do you know I was talking about the man? Love will endure. Journey to Avalon. Retreat to avoid conflict. I think the masculine at the minute, I mean, you can say this for the female as well, they're going through a huge, huge change. You know, the world is changing. If you think about the modern man now, you know, he probably grew up with his grandfather and father as the old patriarchy. Then the world started to change and everything became more fluid and roles started to change. So males and females as well, but I'm talking about males in this reading. They're having to go through a big transition to rebirth themselves, and in doing so rebirth their relationships. Maybe you married a Jack the lad that now wants to be strong and stable, or soft and gentle, or is still trying to find out who he is. Maybe you married somebody that was quite soft and gentle, but they're finding their voice and they're getting a little bit bullshit because they're finding a place in the world and they're stepping more into their masculinity. Summing this part of the reading up, rebirth in relationships, ending of relationships, transformational relationships, stepping out of anything that is called a situationship, not being in a relationship where you're the second person, or if you're being cheated on and betrayed, making sure that your relationships are whole and healthy and that you're giving each other the space to be whole and healthy. Being patient as you both transition through this time. But we're in very, 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 very interesting times. Thank you. So if you got to the part of this reading and you want to leave an emoji, but you're not sure what to put in the comment section, you can leave me 2 love hearts. So the next part of this reading is splitting up. I'm saying it like that, so when I'm coming to edit it, I know I need to put these numbers in. So this is for you that are going through a breakup. So breakup. Ooh, 7 of Wands. Yeah, some of you are having to really defend yourself and step back from someone, a toxic ex that wants to bring you down. Having to stay in your bubble. Wow. Hanged Man, for some of you, the choices going forward feel as though they're not in your hands. It could be finances, it could be custody of children, it could be the fact they're meeting somebody new, it could be the fact you're having to move house, etc. Find a new you, find the new normal. So the Hanged Man comes in and says you to just swing on your perch and go with the flow. Look at things from a different perspective, because maybe you've got too much tunnel vision and you're looking at things through a different lens, the old lens. And to get through this, you're going to have to twist round and look through a different lens. Page of Wands, you've got to be brave with this, brave and bold and self-confident. You've got to let something go. You've got to trust yourself and you've got to take a step forward into the future with the golden yellow ray around you, which is the golden ray of positivity. Some things can be saved and some things can't be saved. But what is thought of is that we keep going forward. Everything is change and transition. Remember that what you give out into the world, you get back. So be careful how you go through this breakup. Be careful what you put out into the universe. For some of you, this feels like a financial card that maybe you're having to really watch your finances because maybe the other partner isn't available to give you financial help. Maybe they're not earning or they're not paying up. But there's a real need to, I'd say, take back your power with this. Take back your power. If you need to go get a job, go get a job. If it's just cleaning tables, it doesn't matter. You've got to put pride to one side. Ooh, that rhymes. Page of Cups. Maybe some of you are dealing with children as well. Or also as well, a partner that is like a child. And there's a frustration there as well. For some of you as well, you had the person that you were with, you were looking at them through an illusion lens. You were actually imprinting what you wanted them to look like. And actually what you're seeing now is the true version of them. And you're like, no! Look at it. That's the true version. And we've got 10 of Swords, which, you know, it's backstabbed and betrayed, but being able to stand tall and go forward and trust that these birdies and these swords will fly and disappear. This is a real turning curve for you, and it's a moment of deep healing and deep release. We've got the King of Pentacles, and it feels that actually if you go through this process in a really balanced form, in a balanced way where you're taking back your independence and you're healing and you're recovering, there is a chance of happiness down the line. It could be when you're older and wiser. But whatever it is, you're going towards much more settled times, much more balanced and grounded and secure, and financial security. And we've got the Star. So I mean, look at these cards. The King of Pentacles and the Star card. It's healing. The Star is all about healing and vitality and wish upon a star. The Lovers, this isn't the end, this is the beginning. So this is new relationships coming into your life, new lovers, new experiences. Spend the time healing that chaos within you from that old relationship. Get your strength back and get back out into the world, because you, my friend, are the High Priestess or High Priest. Let me do a card from this deck. I absolutely love this deck. Yeah, if those of you that have been following me for over 2 years, you remember that house move. It was actually a horrible house move, to be honest. Proper Matrix house move. It was horrible. Dealing with some right manipulators, I'll tell you. On all sides. Solicitors, buyers, estate agents. It was horrible. Affirmation, touchstone, boom! Look at that. Freedom, liberation, establish your domain. Sarah de la Mer. It's about growth, my friends. It's about growth. If you got to the end of this video and you want to leave a comment and you're not sure what to put in the comment section, leave me 3 love hearts. Like, comment, share this video, send it to Barbara, your friend, if she's going through a breakup and you think she'll make a benefit from this. Thank you for watching, lots of love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.